At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours, because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Mooney. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Steelers at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
We had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what was fun to me was hear him say, I like what we did, but we need more pressure on the quarterback this week. What he wouldn't tell us, though, was how he was going to create it. Is it going to be just the front 4? Is it going to be 3? Is he going to bring linebacker, secondary? This will be fun to check out. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Here's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On first down, it's Herbert. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Herbert. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds here back behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. They'll get this out wide to Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You made me forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield? They're eligible too.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On the set.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Mooney. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Set, ready.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Set.
Off play action. Mooney. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mooney setting up the screen. Harris. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Green Jack. Ready?
Off the play fake. Mooney. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. In motion right goes Reed. On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mitchell now off the option. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Herbert now. And it'll be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Here we go, set.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Come on.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Striker, 3, ready.
Operating from the gun. Mooney. He gets it complete to Harris. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's brought in by Harris. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Faster.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
43 rail.
Looking to throw. Mooney. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. This ball complete to Rager. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Up the middle with Eckler. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Dancing to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Eckler trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. The frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And still fighting. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Kenneth Murray gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert on 1st down now. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert off of play action. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 81 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to add on to that lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Okay,
The
right?
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game...
And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Short pass to Howard. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Third and 4. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Herbert. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 51 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Ready.
Off play action. Mooney. That is incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Ready.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Mooney. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Fly through.
Back to throw. Mooney. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On the double.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Ready, ready.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now 2nd and 5. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Running on first down, Eckler. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Steelers 17. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Here's 2nd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw again. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown! George Pickens with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Justin Jefferson from 10 yards out. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Mooney. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Run!
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for L.A., it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.